Hey, what's up YouTube? My name is Batman. When you come through this door right here, make sure you pick up that sticky pistol. This is level 7 on the Halo 4 Legendary campaign. It is my favorite level. I think it's the most entertaining level. And that might be, I was talking about it with the buddy that I was playing with in this game, and I think that might just be because the only enemy you fight in this level is Covenant. And for some reason, that's a lot more entertaining than fighting those Forerunner, the Forerunner AI. And I'm not sure if that's because the Covenant are easier, or if I'm just more used to the Covenant from previous Halos. But regardless, this is my favorite level. You might like it as well. And make sure you pick up that shotgun. That's also going to be important. Pretty much at this point in the game, you know, there isn't any like go-to way that'll easily get you through every single fight, because you know you can never really predict exactly where the AI will be positioned during the fights. The main advice that I can really give you is where to position yourself and what weapons to make sure you're picking up. Make sure you get that shotgun. It's going to come in handy against elites. And make sure you get this sticky gun and try and hold on to it throughout the entire level. And you can actually you don't have to worry about conserving ammo with it too much. This thing, you see, like right here, this is the perfect time to use it, and you want to use it this way. Boom. Just, you know, you take out that whole squad of reinforcements coming out of that ship. It's going to make things a lot easier. You're going to get yourself out of an entire fight. Jump on this turret. The turrets are a lot more accurate in this game from previous Halos, so you know, don't be afraid to kind of use them like a battle rifle. Not necessarily a sniper rifle, but you can get pretty far shots with them. Keep that in mind. Whenever a Phantom comes in, your first priority needs to be taking out the grunt turret, the grunt, you know, gunner up on the Phantom, because those guys will kill you faster than the troops they deploy. But like I was saying, you know, get that sticky gun, hold on to that sticky gun. You're gonna get, you know, you're in this human base, and pretty much throughout the level you're gonna run into like 3 or 4 ammo boxes, caches, whatever you want to call them, and you can refill your sticky gun ammo in those, you know, at those boxes. And on top of that, I think there's going to be a point where the AI, you know, one of the AI scientists gives you a sticky gun, so you can use this stuff pretty conservatively, pretty liberally, as you see I'm doing here. You know, you can wipe out entire groups of enemies pretty easily. I wouldn't recommend trading the sword for the shotgun. I would recommend holding on to your shotgun. Obviously, I have a partner here. He picked up the sword. But basically, the shotgun is going to have better range than the sword, and if you use the sword, you know, it's hard to stab someone in their face and then jump behind cover again. You know what I mean? Now, you see right there, when we came through that door, we were confronted by an elite and 2 jackals. And instead of trying to shoot it out, duke it out, just throw 1 grenade, and I think that should take care of all 3 of them every single time. But if you sit there and try and duke it out with 3 enemies that all have shields, you're generally going to lose that gunfight, because, you know, that's, I mean, to kill a jackal, you have to shoot him in the wrist and then shoot him in the head, and then you have to take out the elite shields and shoot him in the face. And frankly, you just don't have time to do that, because in that time, 3 enemies can very easily kill you. Now, anytime you come up to any of these fights, there's going to be a series of fights where we're walking up these stairs and yada yada yada. Make sure you always focus on taking out their gunner, or not their gunner, their turrets first. The turrets are always going to be the most dangerous enemy on the field, and it should be pretty easy because generally it's just going to be a grunt. But you know, if you don't take those out immediately, they're going to take you out immediately. But once you take those out, it should be pretty easy to just sort of you know, stay behind cover and pop shots off as necessary. Now, right before we came through to this section, there is an AI who will hand you a sticky gun, and if you for some reason don't get that sticky gun, you notice how there's 2 ammo boxes in this room. You can get sticky gun ammo there. Now what we did is I used a shield and I distracted the hunters while Liam went and stabbed him in the back with a sword. But if you're on single player, I think 2 stickies to the face will thoroughly defeat any hunter you have to deal with, and there's plenty of sticky gun ammo in that room, plus one of the scientists will hand you a sticky gun. So you know, that's how you deal with that problem. Either you sticky gun them, or if you have 2 people, you can kind of, and one of you has the sword, you can distract the hunters while the other guy runs around and stabs him in the back. And that's pretty fun to do, I'm not going to lie. It's kind of a satisfying feeling. I don't know why. Probably even that much more satisfying if you're the guy doing the backstabbing. Now right here, again, perfect spot for a sticky gun. I didn't do it, I just thought I'd use a regular grenade, but you know, anytime you have a group of enemies surrounding a turret, that's generally going to be an opportune moment to use the sticky gun. But you see, instead of using it on the opportune moment, I just take out one elite for some reason. I don't know. My thinking on the run isn't always as stoic or majestic as it is in retrospect. Right here, there's going to be these 3 airlocks, and you're going to run into 2 rooms like this. Enemies will keep coming into these airlocks until you eject the airlock, I believe. Or at least in one of these rooms, that's what happens. And what you want to do is, when the enemies are in there, 1 grenade or 1 sticky gun will take them all out. And then after that, the door will close, and make sure you stay by it. If you walk away from it, which is what me and Liam did, more enemies will come in through there and try and take you out. But if you just stay there, wait for them to come in, and then you'll have an option to hold X to eject, and you can eject them out into space, and that also is very satisfying. Now pay attention to the routes I'm taking in these rooms right here. You want to take this flank little hallway up to the high ground. Again, always aim to hold the high ground in any fight you ever get into, because mainly, you know, not even because it's easier to fight from the high ground, but because you don't want the enemy to have the high ground. Because if, you know, these grunts and these jackals and this elite are up here on the high ground and you're fighting on the ground, that's not going to work out very well. Now, you see right here, I took kind of a risky move. I jumped right off on the edge and down to the floor while there were still enemies there, and that's because I knew that the bad guys were going to start coming out of these airlocks, and so I wanted to mop up pretty quickly, you know, even if it meant an extra risk, because I wanted to be able to you know, fight these guys as they were coming out of the airlock, because you can just get them with a grenade like that. Whereas, you know, if they get that extra time to get out of the airlock and spread out across the room, that's going to be problematic. So make sure you clear up this ground floor pretty quick. But if you go up and you take that flank route, like I said, and you take the high ground, it should be pretty easy. I had a little extra trouble because all I had was a shotgun and a sticky gun. I didn't want to waste my sticky gun ammo on grunts, and I couldn't shoot them with a shotgun from very far. But if you have like a DMR, it should be pretty easy, you know, because after you take out that high ground, it's just going to be grunts and jackals that you have to deal with. Right here, you see we do the ejecting business, and that's important. And then moving right along, up here in this next room, you're going to run into some invisible elites, and we just shoot at them right off the bat because, you know, instant reaction. But I almost feel like you could assassinate, if not one, then both of these guys, because I know that first one was facing the opposite direction. I didn't get a chance to see the second one. But if you have a shotgun, either way, this isn't going to be a very hard part. Remember, in that room where there's this huge cutscene with Cortana and you put her in the console and everything, there is sticky gun ammo in that room. If you're running low on sticky gun ammo, make sure you get it. Again, there's sticky gun ammo scattered all around this map, but it's going to be, you know, sticky guns are going to be very, very useful in a lot of parts. Like this part right here, when you turn this corner into this giant hallway, there's an armada of, you know, elites and jackals and grunts. But you see just one or two, or it took me a couple tries, but one or two sticky guns takes them all out. And, you know, that sword elite, those things can be pretty dangerous for obvious reasons. But they're one shot, one kill with a sticky gun, which is, you know, I mean, the sticky gun is just so invaluable. I can't explain. I can't explain how valuable it is. I cannot stop emphasizing just how useful it is. I pick up the Spartan laser. I thought it would come in handy. It doesn't. Pretty soon here, you're going to jump into a mech, or what is it called? A Mantis, a praying Mantis, something along those lines. And when you get into it, the strategy is going to be pretty simple here. You want to take a high ground, which you'll see me and Liam will do here in a second, and if you have 2 or more people, you can kill the phantoms before they even land and deploy their forces. However, if you don't, then you're going to have to utilize cover. You know, people get into vehicles and they start to think they're invincible, right, because you have all this armor around you. Just try and treat your vehicle as if it were a person. You know what I'm saying? So if you're by yourself, take cover. You know, take cover as if you were an actual person. And not even when your shields go down, just take cover when you start getting shot at. That way your mech won't get damaged. Now, if you have 2 or more people, this is going to be ridiculously easy because you can just, you know, spam rockets and spam bullets, and you know, we didn't manage to shoot these first 2 phantoms out of the air because we didn't see them coming. But you'll see we start, you know, shooting phantoms before they can even land, and if you had 3 or 4 people, you know, maybe the 3rd person picks up that Spartan laser. I think there are other Mantises scattered around this this area, and you were all just spamming these phantoms. I don't see any way they could even get inside the room. Now, you know, I know you can do the what do you call it? The thing where you charge up the missiles, right? Where you hold L and you charge up the missiles. Don't do that. It's pointless. Just you know, spam. Just keep tapping the left trigger and spam them. It's a lot better, because if you hold down L and you charge all 6 at the same time and then you miss, you know, you're screwed. But if you just keep spamming them one at a time, you have time to adjust your shots. Banshees are going to come in. You can lock onto them, but if they get don't let them get too close above you, because they'll hit you with what do you call it? The green fuel rod. Yeah, they'll hit you with a fuel rod, and fuel rods will take you out. Often 1-hit KO, sometimes more than 1-hit KO, or I'm not more than 1-hit KO, 2-hit KO. Sorry, I'm losing my mind a little bit here. It's been a late night. But again, this part should be very, very easy. You know, I've said it before, I'll say it again. Anytime you get in a vehicle in this campaign, you know, it's pretty much over. It's not going to be very difficult. And this is the area you want to hold, where you see me and Liam held for most of the matches, up on this high ground. No phantom is going to land on top of you here, and it's going to give you this sort of advantage where the enemy is going to have to walk across the map and then up the hill to get you, at least if they're on the ground. The biggest worry here is going to be those Banshees, but if you just kind of take it slow, cautiously, again, treat it like it's a human, you know, take cover when you're getting shot, you should be a-okay. There's one more level after this, and it will be the hardest level, I believe, in the game, so stay tuned. And yeah, you know, I hope this was helpful. This is Batman signing out.